Welcome once again to our fourth presentation on Krok 1 2019 booklet. This happens to be microbiology base under 2019 booklet. If you love what we've been doing, do well to subscribe to the channel and of course, do well to share and like as well. And if you have any question, please feel free to comment it in the comment box. All right, so the team will be readily available to sort you out. All right, so let's begin. To test the donor blood for hepatitis B antigens, it is necessary to use highly sensitive detection methods. What tests should be used for this purpose? Remember, you are testing for what? Hepatitis B antigens. And we've discussed it in our previous presentation that normally we use immune enzyme analysis if we want to detect the presence of either a specific antigen or a specific antibody in a patient's blood sample. Now, over here, we want to detect a specific antigen, which is what? The hepatitis B antigen. We want to be specific on it. And that is why we have to use the immune enzyme analysis. And some of the enzymes they use include peroxidase, alkaline phosphatase, or glucose oxidase. Peroxidase, alkaline phosphatase, or glucose oxidase. These enzymes are used if we want to identify a specific antigen or antibody. So over here, our likely answer should be C. All right. The bacteriological laboratory has received for analysis a sample of dried fish from a focus of food poisoning outbreak. The bacteriologist inoculated the sample into a kit tarosy medium where the growth of the tennis racket shape microorganisms could be observed. These microorganisms are likely to be the causative agent of, guys, don't waste too much time. First of all, look at the history. They are dealing with what? Fish, food poisoning, tennis rackets. Tennis racket. See, anytime you hear this, your answer is straight away botulism. And Ukraine, sometimes can tell you that the food, the fish was in a container or in a bottle, or it's a canned food, or they took a canned food. Usually canned food contains a lot of these bacteria. So over here, we are looking at what? At botulism as our answer, with the causative agent being what? Clostridium botulinum. All right. Now, apart from the appearance of a tennis racket shape, it can also be described as a drumstick. Drumstick. All right. So here, our answer is botulism. Don't worry, microbiology is not a lot. We'll finish right now. To determine toxicity of diphtheria causative agents obtained from the patients, the culture were inoculated on a petri dish with nutrient agar bilaterally to a strip of filter paper supported with anti-diphtheric antitoxic serum and situated in the center of the petri dish. After incubation of the inoculated culture in the agar, strip-like areas of medium turbidity formed between some of the cultures and the filter paper. What immunological test was conducted? I don't know if you can remember. You remember when we were talking about, in fact, yes, microbiology. We talk about the difference between a ring precipitate and, of course, the line or the strip-like precipitate, if you can remember it very, very, very well. So basically, we are looking at an agar gel precipitation test. because it gives you that sort of what, a strip-like appearance. That strip-like appearance. If it is a ring-like, then we are dealing with what? A ring precipitin test. Now, another name for the agar precipitation test is what we call the LX test. LX test. Where is it? Yes. The LX test. LX test. The LX test. The LX test. So the ELEC is ELEC, not ELECT, ELEC, the ELEC test. So take note of that. Maybe in your batch, they might not bring precipitation test or agar gel precipitation test, but they might bring what? ELEC test. So please take note of that. When you see it, just know there's a bonus question for you. So over here, your answer should be B. It should be B. It should be B. All right. Again, don't forget you can find all these questions with explanations on the Medent website. I'll put a link in the description. All right, so do well to have a look at it. The bacteriological laboratory needs to prepare for analysis of materials that are suspected to be contaminated with spores of anthrax, causative agent, anthrax. What diagnostic preparation allows for a quick detection of these spores? Quick one. So you need a quick test. So for a quick one, we are going to use the anti-anthrax fluorescent serum. The anti-anthrax fluorescent serum. It gives you very, very quick, or it gives you a quick answer, or it identifies the spores for us easily. It's just like doing RDT in Ghana, like doing RDT, to replace this blood film for malaria parasites. If you use RDT, it's a rapid diagnostic test. RDT, rapid diagnostic test. So if you use RDT, immediately your result will come. If it is positive, it means there's malaria. If it's negative, it means there's no malaria. That's a very quick way to assess your patient. Sometimes it's an emergency, so you have to be very quick about things. So in this case, we are looking at what? At a quick test, and so therefore we are using what? The anti-anthrax fluorescent serum. All right. A family has 2 children. The younger child is under 1. The child has developed spastic cough attacks. A similar clinical presentation was observed in the elder preschool child 1 month ago. That means this child should be around 4 or 5. Now, the doctor suspects pertussis infection. What method enables retrospective? When we say retrospective, that means backwards or previously. If, let's say, how do I even put it safe? Let's say, for example, people with diabetes, okay, we do a retrospective analysis for them where we do the glycated hemoglobin, right? So that one, if the how do you call it, the glucose or the sugar was in the person or has been in a person's blood for a very long time, it will show. It will let us know that this person is automatically a diabetic patient. The same way applies to pertussis or people suffering from chronic cough. You want to see if indeed we are having this infection in this patient or not. So what method enables retrospective diagnostics of this disease? Now, I might go on and on and tell you about the different types of tests we use for, pertussis. And of course, you must also know that diagnosis for pertussis is quite challenging. Very, 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 very what? Challenging. And accurate laboratory investigation or identification of this, it's caused by Bordetella, right? Of this Bordetella remains a problem, or it has become a problematic for most of us. Okay. However, we have some labs that you can do to help you. We can do the culture, we can do the DFA, that is the direct fluorescent antibody testing. We can do the serology and we can do the PCR. All these we can do. Again, we can do the culture. We can do direct fluorescent antibody testing. We can do serology. Then we can do a PCR. So these are perhaps some of the things that we can use to help us diagnose pertussis, So definitely, so in this question, definitely we are going looking at the options. We are definitely going to be looking at what at a serological test, a serological test to help us with our diagnosis. However, PCR has been found to be more sensitive and more specific than the other methods. PCR has been found to be more sensitive and more specific than other methods. So, and again, maybe because we are dealing with the retrospective diagnosis, that is why, again, we are looking at what? At a serological method for our diagnosis. All right, so that's why over here, our answer should be E. All right, so guys, like I said, very short one. And again, we have come to the end of another section. So please, if you liked it, give us a thumbs up. Let us know in the comment section. If you want us to do something, improve on things, let us know in the comment section as well. Until then, see you later. Peace out.